30 amazing online and couch co-op games you can play right now. Hope you enjoy it. Click on the like button, subscribe for more, and let's go. Sea of Stars is an amazing turn-based RPG game with a good story, interesting characters, a ravishing universe, and much more. Game released in 2023 and available on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series, PlayStation 4 and 5, GeForce Now, and Windows. Enter the Gungeon is a bullet hell dungeon crawler, following a band of misfits seeking to shoot, loot, dodge, roll and table flip their way to personal absolution by reaching the legendary Gungeon's ultimate treasure, the gun that can kill the past. Released in 2016 and available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Mac OS, Linux and Windows. Pico Park is an amazing co-op video game. You can play from 2 up to 8 players. It's a side-scroller platformer with a lot of mechanics, and as more people playing together, more complex the levels will be. And there's a sequel, Pico Park 2, that's also very good. The first game is on Windows and Nintendo Switch, the second is on both, and Xbox One and Mac OS as well. It Takes Two is an amazing co-op platformer game with a great gameplay, nice graphics and visuals, and an interesting story, even winning is the best game of its year. Released in 2021 and is available on Xbox One and Series, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, GeForce Now, and Windows.
This is the story of Cody and Meg.
Why'd you look like a blob of clay?
Wanna change back? Then you need to fix your relationship.
Cat Quest 3 is a 2.5D open-world game swarming with pirates. You can sail the seas in your ship for treasures galore, but prepare for peril as the Pirate King aims to hunt you down. Game released in 2024 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, Nintendo Switch, GeForce Now, and Windows. Crash of the Titans is a very fun Crash Bandicoot beat-em-up game with a fun gameplay, and despite it's different of the classic games, this game still has a lot of fans. Released in 2007 to Nintendo DS, Nintendo Wii, PlayStation 2 and Portable, Game Boy Advance, and Xbox 360. Diablo 4 is a huge isometric action looter RPG. So far it's the last game of the series. It's set in an open world with a lot of main and side quests. Really fun for the fans of unending RPG games. Game released in 2023 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, and Windows. Portal 2 is an amazing and original puzzle game. The main feature of the game is a portal gun that creates 2 portals that no matter where you use them you'll teleport from one to the other, making the puzzles really interesting. Game released in 2011 to Windows, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360, but is also available nowadays on Mac OS, GeForce Now, and Nintendo Switch. Resident Evil 5 is not one of the best Resident Evil games, but is extremely fun to play co-op, especially couch co-op with a friend. Game released in 2009 to Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Windows, but today you can play it on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch as well. TimeSplitters is an amazing first-person shooter. The game is set in a universe where you can travel in time, so each level will be totally different from each other, with different weapons, landscapes, and enemies. Really fun, especially playing co-op. Game released in 2005, and available on PlayStation 2 and 4, but the sequels are also available on GameCube and the original Xbox.
TimeSplitter!
You okay, Sarge?
Sackboy: A Big Adventure is a game from the series Little Big Planet, but different of the main series. It's a full 3D game and not 2.5D anymore, and is a beautiful and fun platformer experience. Released in 2020 to PlayStation 4 and later on PlayStation 5 and Windows. Cuphead is one of the best indie games ever created. It's a hardcore boss rush game. There are standard stages too, but the main structure of the game is boss rush, all with great soundtracks, visuals, and an amazing hand-drawn graphic style. Game released in 2017 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows, and it's also available nowadays on Nintendo Switch, macOS, GeForce Now, and Amazon Luna. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 is an amazing remake of the first two games of this series, an amazing arcade skate video game experience, with many levels, songs, and skaters. Game released in 2020 and is available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. Ember Knights is an action roguelite for 1 to 4 players, where you play as legendary knights, the last spark of hope against the mad sorcerer Praxis and his hordes of unwavering fiends. Game released in 2023 to Nintendo Switch, Windows, and GeForce Now. LEGO series in general are really fun to play co-op, but one of the best is LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, a beautiful and interesting game in the universe of the classic movies. Released in 2022 to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Microsoft Windows.
Show me my place in all this.
Hit the target hard. Give it everything you got.
A Way Out is the game before of It Takes Two, from the same studio, Hazelight Studios, but here, the adventure is much more in an adult style, even feels like you're in a classic action movie. Game released in 2018 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime is a frantic 1 to 4 player couch co-op action space shooter. Explore a colorful galaxy in a massive neon battleship that you control together by manning turrets, lasers, shields, and thrusters. Released in 2015 to Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Linux, macOS, and Microsoft Windows. Super Mario 3D World is an excellent 3D Mario game with great visuals, stages, songs, and much more. Game released in 2013 to Nintendo Wii U, but a new version with the addition of Bowser's Fury mode was released in 2021 to Nintendo Switch. Vampire Survivors is an amazing and unique experience. It's an isometric roguelike game inspired in the universe of Castlevania. You may look to the game and think it's too simple, but believe me, it's way more complex and deeper than it looks. Released in 2021 and available on Nintendo Switch, Android and iOS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, GeForce Now, macOS, and Windows. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is a classic and grim action roguelike game. Following Isaac on his journey, players will find bizarre treasures that change Isaac's form, giving him superhuman abilities and enabling him to fight off droves of mysterious creatures. Game released first in 2011, but later in a better version in 2014 to PlayStation 4 and Vita, Xbox One, Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo Switch, macOS, iOS, Linux, Wii U, and Windows. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge reunites Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael as they kick shell in a beautifully realized beat-em-up. So if you missed the classic arcade games of the Turtles, this is an excellent revival. Game released in 2022 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series, Android and iOS, GeForce Now, Linux, and Windows. Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons are great games to play co-op. Creating insane construction in Minecraft or exploring immersive dungeons on Minecraft Dungeons are great ways to have fun in a co-op experience. Minecraft is available in basically all platforms, and Minecraft Dungeons is available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, GeForce Now, and Windows. Split Fiction is the last game so far of the studio responsible for It Takes Two, and now, an even better game with insane levels, soundtrack, mechanics, and much more. Released in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Windows, and is soon coming out to Nintendo Switch too.
So you want to go through more of your crazy stories?
My crazy stories.
But how are we supposed to get out of here if we don't start to trust each other?
I don't need your trust.
Well, I kind of need yours.
2, 1, go!
Rayman Legends is an amazing 2D side-scroller platformer game with great mechanics, soundtracks, levels, and boss fights, all with a lot of charisma. Game released in 2013 to Nintendo Wii U, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation Vita, and Windows, but today it's also available on GeForce Now and Nintendo Switch as well. Streets of Rage 4 is the returning of a classic beat-em-up series, now with insane cartoon graphics, a new gameplay style, and still with the classic characters from the 90s and more. Released in 2020 to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, GeForce Now, Linux, iOS, Android, macOS, and Windows. Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the most complex RPG games ever created. Its combat style is set in a tactical-based game with infinite possibilities both of combat and story. Game released in 2023 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, GeForce Now, and Windows, but the Xbox Series S version has no couch co-op mode.
You're a pawn, a slave to forces you cannot comprehend.
Cassette Beasts collect awesome monsters to use during turn-based battles in this open-world RPG, now with online multiplayer mode. Combine any two monster forms using Cassette Beasts' fusion system to create unique and powerful new ones. Game released in 2023 to Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series, Android and iOS, Linux, and Microsoft Windows.
Your fingers and toes have turned ice cold.
Unravel 2 is an amazing puzzle platformer co-op game. In case you're playing alone, you'll control both characters, but it's way more fun to play with someone. Game released in 2018 and is available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, GeForce Now, and Windows.
Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been just fine living life with the new sand in my
Castle Crashers is an iconic co-op beat-em-up game with a lot of style, charismatic characters and graphics, and insane boss fights. Game released in 2008 but relaunched in 2012 to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox 360 and 1, Macintosh, macOS Classic, and Microsoft Windows. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The game is a fun co-op beat-em-up game with a lot of references to the movie and comic books. Game released in 2010 and is available on Xbox 360 and 1, PlayStation 3 and 4, Nintendo Switch, and Windows.